Comparative forms of adjectives and adverbs. The comparative. We use the comparative form of adjectives and adverbs to show differences between people, places, things, or actions.
She decided to take the train because it's faster than the bus. The winning team played the game more skillfully than the losing team.
Comparative adjectives. The form of a comparative adjective depends on the number of syllables the adjective has. Some forms are also unique because of the way an adjective is spelled. For many one-syllable adjectives, we add er to the base form of the adjective. Examples are taller, newer, and smarter. For one-syllable adjectives that end in e, we just add r to the base form. Examples are nicer, larger, and wiser. For two-syllable adjectives that end in y, we make a spelling change. We change the y to I and add er. Examples are prettier, tastier, and happier. Some two-syllable adjectives ending in y have two comparative forms. We can add er, or we can use more or less before the base form. For most other two-syllable adjectives, which do not end in y, we simply use more or less before the base form. Examples are crowded and worried. For all adjectives that have three or more syllables, we use more or less plus the base form of the adjective to make comparisons. Examples are powerful and intelligent. Read the sentences. What is the correct comparative form of each adjective in parentheses?
The book was more interesting than the movie. The book was less interesting than the movie. Now the street is wider than before. The noodles were tastier than the soup. This chair is more comfortable than that one. This chair is less comfortable than that one. My apartment is smaller than theirs is.
Comparative adverbs. Whereas comparative adjectives are used to describe differences between nouns, comparative adverbs are normally used to describe differences between actions. Listen to these sentences. What actions do the comparative adverbs describe?
John ran faster than the other racers. He works more efficiently on a computer.
The comparative adverb faster describes the action verb ran. It explains how John ran compared to the other runners. Likewise, the comparative adverb more efficiently describes the action of how someone works on a computer. Forming comparative adverbs is similar to the way we form comparative adjectives. Some comparative adverbs are the same form as the adjective. Examples are hard, fast, and smart. In these cases, we add er to the base form, harder, faster, smarter. Many adverbs end in ly. For most adverbs ending in ly, we add more or less before the base form to form the comparative. Examples are more quickly and less quickly, and more carefully and less carefully. Some comparative forms of adjectives and adverbs are irregular. The most common irregular comparatives include better, worse, farther, and less. Listen to the sentences. Is the comparative form used as an adjective or an adverb?
I wear glasses so I can see better when I read. The steamed vegetables were better than the soup.
Notice how the comparative form better can function both ways. In the first example, better describes the action of seeing, so it is a comparative adverb. In the second example, better describes the vegetables, a noun, so it is a comparative adjective. The comparative with than. We use the comparative with than to make a direct comparison between two things or actions. Than is often followed by a noun phrase.
Summer is warmer than spring. The days last longer than the nights.
We can also use than plus a subject plus a helping verb.
Summer is warmer than spring is. The days last longer than the nights do.
The comparative without than. We often use the comparative without than when we compare two things and one of the things is known or obvious. That is, only one compared item is named. Therefore, the comparison is implied, not directly stated.
Our new house is a lot bigger. I drive more carefully in bad weather.
In the first example, it is understood that the speaker is comparing two houses. In the second example, it's understood that the speaker is comparing driving in different kinds of weather. Read the sentences with comparative adjectives and adverbs. Which ones make a direct comparison? Three sentences make direct comparisons using than. In the other examples, the comparisons are obvious or understood, so than is not used.